Hello and welcome to my channel. I have already moisturized my face and I am using a sunscreen. This is a very liquidy, easy to blend in sunscreen by Wishcare, which sits very beautifully under makeup. I'm also using a 24-hour eye base. This is by MAC. It helps the eyeshadow stay in longer and not crease or not budge. If you have the issue of eyeshadow creasing on your eyelids, or if you have oily lids, this eye base is very helpful. For my brows, I'm using this Mars eyebrow pencil. I have spoken about this. You've seen me use this in most of my videos. This is such a good and cheap alternative to a lot of high-end brands microtip eyebrow pencil. You can see it gives, if you want to do natural eyebrow strokes, this is something which it is, you can do it so easily. If you have a heavy hand and you struggle to make feather-like strokes for your brows to make them look much more fuller, this is a product that you should try. Doing the same on the other eyebrow, and also it has a spoolie and at the other end, which makes the brow game so much easier without you having to fret to find another spoolie. So you can see how easily and effortlessly I am doing my brows. I have been doing this for so many years, and it just takes practice, and you need to rest your hand on a firm table, and that is going to give you the support. And once you have done your strokes, just brush it in with your spoolie. Today for the eye look, I'm using this MAC Unfiltered Nudes palette, and it has 12 colors. I'm using the warm matte tones. So I'm using this Swiss chocolate color and placing it right in my crease. Okay, so start from the outer corner of the crease, place it where you need to place it, and then take a flat eyeshadow brush to place the product onto your eyes, onto your lids, the crease area. Make sure that you drop in a good amount. You don't have to load your brush and place it. These shadows are very easy to blend, and it's very buttery. But the best thing is about this palette is that they're not highly pigmented. Okay, they're moderately pigmented, so that when you blend in with a soft fluffy brush, it blends in very easily without having too much product on your eyes. Okay, so when you are a beginner, the problem that you may face is you may pick up too much product. But with this palette, that will not happen, because you will not end up placing too much eyeshadow on your crease, because the colors are moderately pigmented. So you can watch me. I'm placing the color using a flat brush. I'm placing it wherever I need to build the color, to intensify the color. And then I'm switching to a soft, fluffy blending brush to blend that color in, to merge that color in, so that any harsh edges, any kind of rough edges are blended in easily, seamlessly into my crease. So that is what I am doing, and you can repeat this process over and over again. Do not lay in too much product in one go. Build it, okay? Work in layers and build it to the desired intensity that you may want with your eye look. So now I'm using this matte ochre color and placing it right above my crease, just to blend that into my natural skin. Okay, so this is you can use 2-3 colors. The choice of colors is all up to you. Today I'm keeping it very matte, and hence I am consciously not picking up any glittery or shimmery shades. and you can see how easily and beautifully these two color blend in. Okay, so first I used a true tone brown color from the palette, which is the Swiss chocolate one, and then the color right above it. So this is the lightest color that I'm going to go for today in my eye look, and placing it right in the center. Okay, when you place a light color in the center, you kind of create a three-dimensional look. Your eyes look much more rounded, and it makes your eyes look very almond shape. You can also contour your eyes with these colors. Today I'm not doing a lot of contour, but I'm just placing it right on the center of my eyelids and just blending it with the fluffy brush, so that nothing, you can't see any color separately. Everything looks blended and seamless. Going back to that brown color, I'm going to place it again on the crease, kind of intensifying the look. And you can see I am blending it with another different fluffy brush. This is kind of smaller, so you need to see what size of brushes work better for you. Unless you do, you will not know what size are comfortable for you for your eyelid space. For some people are comfortable with smaller fluffy brushes. For some, it is comfortable with a larger blending brush. So you can see I'm using a small fluffy brush here just to intensify the color here, and I'm also dragging it out a little bit so that I can elongate my eyes slightly, not much but slightly. Doing the same on the other eye, so I'm just placing that brown color on the crease, intensifying my crease and blending it with the same fluffy brush. So it's very, very easy. It just needs a little bit of patience, a little bit of will to try new things, and you can absolutely do this. If I can do this, you can do this too. There's no rocket science in creating different shades, eyeshadow looks using different shades. Now I'm using this a kind of a glimmery shade, because I thought it is going to bring my it's going to add some pop onto this look. So I decided to go for this goldeny shimmery color. So the color choices that I've made here are very warm toned. So if you are someone who's looking for a warm toned eye makeup, this can give you what you can do with this palette. This palette has a very nice blend of warm and cool neutral tones. So today I'm trying out the warm tones because I've already done a look using the cool tones. For the face, for now, I'm leaving the eyeshadow at this point. I will build it up later, but now I'm focusing on my skin. So I'm taking this L'Oreal Infallible Concealer on the back of my hand, and I'm mixing in the new tinted serum by the same brand, L'Oreal Infallible, and mixing the two. Okay, so it's a very liquidy foundation. If you have not watched a review of this new foundation, you can go back to my channel and you will find it. I just posted a few days back. And it is, when you mix in a heavy coverage concealer with a light coverage foundation, it gives you a very beautiful everyday kind of a glow, and it gives you the right amount of coverage that you would want. Okay, so for days when you don't want heavy coverage, but you also don't want a very sheer coverage, you want to build something like a medium kind of covering, even making your skin look more even toned. This is what you can try. So you can mix a concealer and a liquid foundation, just a tiny bit. Take it on the back of your hand, load your blending brush fully with that mixture, and just gently swipe it all over your face, and you will have a very beautiful medium coverage on your face. To brighten certain parts of my face, I am taking more of that light concealer. This is the color vanilla. This is the color Natural Rose in L'Oreal Infallible concealer range. And I am taking that color and placing it right under my eyes, around my mouth, corner of my nose, wherever I need a little more lift. I am, building that color a little. So you can see the coverage is decent. It's not heavy, but it's natural. And my skin looks radiant. It is not very dry or matte finish. It has a nice sheen to it. It has a nice, it is self-setting. These concealers are self-setting. Okay, you don't really need a powder to set in. It's all up to you. For the blush, I'm using this color Desert Rose by MAC, and it's a very neutral pink. You can use it along a warm eyeshadow look. You can use it along a cool eyeshadow look. It's very, very, it's very useful to have neutral toned blushes in your kit, because you never know whether you will use a warm toned eye look or a cool toned eye look. I'm going back to that brown, that Swiss chocolate brown shade, and doing my contour. I'm not using a separate contour today. So I'm just taking a little bit on this small fluffy brush and trying to make my nose straight, which is not. And take your time, be very gentle. Don't add too much product in one go again. Try to build it up, and also the lighter the hand, the better. Don't go on with a heavy hand. You need to be very careful that you don't make the contour look too obvious. If you feel that you have harsh lines, or you can obviously make out that you have contour on your nose, just blend it in with your fingers. You can just rub it off, and that's what I'm doing. I'm also accentuating my brow bone to my nose, and again, I am taking that color and placing it under my lower lash line. All right. So placing the shadow under my lower lash line kind of balances the look, because it opens up the eyes. You can't just have eyeshadow on your lid space. You need to balance that color on your upper lids with some color on the lower lash line. Okay, so if you want to add kajal here at this moment, you can do that. Today I'm not adding any kajal. I'm just intensifying my lower lash line, building it up slowly and taking it to the desired intensity that I want. And use a small pencil brush. A small pencil brush is so handy when you're doing your eye makeup, for any kind of detailing, for any kind of, accentuating, for your inner corners, all of it. You need a small pencil brush. So make sure that you have it. I'm also using a nude eye pencil just to line the inner waterline and of my lower lash line. Okay, so I'm not using a kajal. I'm just opening up my eyes a little more, and using, this is a shimmery nude. It's not exactly a nude. It's a white shimmery pencil, and it is going to intensify the look by making my eyes look wide open. So this is a step that you can switch. You could, if you're not comfortable using a nude eye pencil, you can use a kohl pencil, any color kohl pencil. Even a blue color will look so good in this with this look. For the lips, I'm using this e.l.f. Creamy Glide lip pencil, and it is in the color Mauve Aside. And I am lining my lips like I always do, and I'm lining it a tad bit over my natural lip line, just to make my lips look more fuller. So if you have thin lips, what you can do is line your lips just a tad bit above your lip line, And for today, I'm using this lip pencil called Sweet Papaya. And it's a very beautiful peachy color. It's a very orangey, warm toned color. I thought it will go well with today's eyeshadow look. And now I'm picking up the darkest color. It's called Give Me Cyberspace, and intensifying the outer corner of my eyes, because I thought I need a little more drama on my eyes for, to a little more contrast. So I'm adding a little more contrast by darkening the corner of my eyes slightly. Okay, so you can build up your eyeshadow throughout your makeup look. You can keep judging whether you need more contrast, whether you want to lighten things up, whether you want to darken things up. It's all up to you. You are your own judge, and makeup is fun, Don't take the pressure of having it to look absolutely perfect. If you make a mistake, you can always take micellar water, wipe it, and start afresh. And I am just blending it, the darker shade, with a soft blending brush, so that nothing looks harsh, nothing looks, out of place, nothing has any harsh edges. So make sure that you blend in whatever color you're putting in. So keep adding layers and keep blending them. So that's the finished look of my eyes. It's a very warm toned look, and it's going to complement so many different skin tones. A lot of brown tones, a little bit of gold shimmer, and a lot of brown tones. A dark tone, a mid tone, and also a light brown tone. So I'm also intensifying my lower lash line, as you can see. And I'm just going to take a touch of that same concealer, the L'Oreal Infallible Concealer. Take it on a small blending brush, a small fluffy brush, and add it on the center of my lips, just to add some dimension, just to add that pouty look. When you have a lighter shade on the center of the lip, your lips look more fuller. And that's a tip that I would like to share through this video. I hope you found this helpful. Adding, if you could go for a lighter shade of lipstick if you have. I'm just showing using concealer, because a lot of us may not have a very pale lipstick. Like, why would you buy a pale lipstick if you're not going to wear it by itself? So in that case, you can use a concealer. Curling your lashes at this point. I'm curling mine. This is a lash curler by as far as I remember, this is Goob, and you can find it anywhere. You can find it on Amazon, and it's a decent lash curler. I wouldn't say it's the best one, but it's a decent lash curler. And I'm using a trial pack of Charlotte Tilbury's Push-Up Mascara. I got it free with some purchases that I made at Charlotte Tilbury store. And this is the mascara that they gave me. I'm trying it out, and I'm using the same mascara on my lower lash line too, on my lower lashes. And that's about it. That's the finished look. You can set it with some powder at this point of time, your face, if it's feeling too oily. At this point of time, I'm setting my brows with some tinted brow wax. This is the brow wax by Benefit Cosmetics, and I am just making sure that I lay my brow hair the way I want it to lay, and just coating generously with just the wand that we have. This is a very easy to use brow wax. It's tinted, and if you are someone like me who have a lot of sparse brow hair, and you need to make your brows look fuller, after you do your pencil work on your brows, you can go ahead with such a tinted brow wax and set your brow hair in place. And this is going to make your, it's not going to look too obvious that you have done off your brows, and it's going to make sure that your brows stick to where you lay them. So that's the finished look. I am kind of feeling that my face is looking a little oily because it's hot here. So I'm going to set it with some powder. And when you set it with your powder, take a little bit of loose powder on your hand, swirl the brush, coat your brush like nicely, and then brush it off on your face. Use small amount of powder. Don't use too much powder on your face, because that may just steal the glowiness of the makeup that you just did. So I'm just using a light dusting of the powder. The powder that I'm using here is by K Beauty in the shade Banana. And after the powder, I'm also accentuating the blush, because I feel the blush needs a little more accentuating, because the powder may have dulled the effect of the blush. So I'm just redoing my blush all over my face, my chin, my nose, my forehead. And that's about for the look. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. And let me know in the comment section what you think about this look. And I will see you soon in my next video. Till then.